our last video, we learned how to create folders and also how to navigate between them. In this video, we'll learn how to put files inside of our folders. There's a number of different ways to do that. One way, the most natural way, is to save into those folders when you're working on the file. So for instance, here on my taskbar, I have an icon from Microsoft Excel. I'll click on that one time, and it opens the Excel program. I'll come over here to start a blank workbook, and now I'm in a blank Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And I'm just going to type in some fake data. I'll type my data, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll click on AutoSum to add that up. So let's pretend that this was important. Obviously it's not, but let's pretend that it is important. I will click the File tab on the ribbon. I will go to Save As, and I will tell the computer I want to browse my folders. And here, let me make this a little bigger. Here you can see it's going immediately to this PC, but we've been working on Betsy's flash drive. So down here is the work we've been doing on the flash drive. I'll click on the math folder, and maybe this is homework. So I'll come here to the homework and double click on it. So now I'm on my flash drive. I'm in my math folder. You can see here flash drive, math folder inside my homework folder. Now down here, I'll give the file a name, and I'll call it my budget data. And I'll click Save. Okay, so now I have saved that file, and I will close Microsoft Excel. Now here I am back out in my File Explorer view, and if I double click on my math folder and then double click on my homework folder, there's the file that I just saved into my budget data. Let's assume, remember that we also had an in-class notes folder. Let's put something into there too. So now I'll open Microsoft Word. That opens the Word program. I'll click on a new blank document. Here I am in a new blank document, and I'll say my important class notes for math. Let's pretend that that's something that's critical and I can't afford to lose it. This time, instead of going to File, Save As, I will just click the Save button up here on the Quick Access toolbar. But because this file has never been named before, I still have to go through the same process. I'll say More Save Options, and look where I am. I was just there a minute ago. I'll say I want to browse my computer to find the right place. I may need to scroll down here, but there I am. There's my math folder. And in here are my two subfolders that I created in the previous video. We'll double click on the in-class notes. Microsoft Word takes anything that you've typed and offers it as a file name. And what I might say, I might change that a little bit. I might say class notes for math, and we'll say 3/1/20, March 1st, 1920. Excuse me, 1920, 2020, and I'll click Save. I've now saved that file. Let's pretend I'm done. I'll click the X to close Microsoft Word. Now I'm back in my File Explorer. Here I am looking at my folders, my subfolders inside of the math pathway. I'll double click on In-Class Notes, and look, there I have a file that I saved from a program into my folders. Now I know exactly where it is. Let's pretend that I just want to copy a file from one place to another. Maybe I have some files in my Documents folder that I would like to copy into here. I'll click on Documents, and maybe I'll go to Community College Classes. I'll go to my Excel class, and maybe I'll take a budget file. Here's a file about city budgets. And if I want to copy that file, I have to first select it, but I don't necessarily open it up. I mean, I could open it, but I don't have to open it. If I want to copy this file, I have to go find it. Then I click it one time, not a double click, a single click to select it. I will use Control-C on my keyboard. Now that looks like nothing happened, but what I just did was I told the computer to memorize that file so I could do something with it. Now I'll take my mouse, I'll go back to the math class over here in my navigation pane, and let's just put it right here in the math area, not into one of the subfolders. So now I am here in the math folder on my flash drive, and I will use Control V as in Victor, and there I have copied the file from my documents folder into the math folder that is on my flash drive. Perhaps, I think, that really should have gone into my homework file. Maybe I don't want it just in the plain old math area. Maybe it needs to go into here. So instead of copying it, I need to move it. So what I'll do, again, you want to make sure that the file is selected. I'll click on it one time. I won't double click it because that would open it up. I single click it to select it. Then I'm going to tell the computer that I want to move it. This time, instead of using Control C for copy, I'll use Control X for cut. I'm telling the computer that I'm going to cut and paste this file. Cut it from here and paste it somewhere else. I've issued the cut command with Control X. I'll double click on the homework folder so that I've positioned myself in the homework folder. You can see that up here on the address bar. And now, once again, as with copy paste, in cut paste, we still use Control V as in Victor to paste. I have now moved that file from the math folder into the homework folder. If I go step back one level, go back to math, it's not there anymore. I moved it from here into here. So I did copy with Control C. Once I've found the object I want to copy, I select the object I want to copy. I use Control C to issue the copy command. Then I move to the destination area and use Control V as in Victor to paste the object. With moving an object, it's the same series of steps, except instead of Control C for copy, I use Control X for cut. Then I move to the destination area and I use Control V as in Victor to paste it into the new location.